The third one is um, what is the um, favorite? What is Rama's favorite? We'll come to Rama's story a bit later. What is Rama's favorite among everything in the Ramayana was the sun god, sun, Surya. In the Vedic literature, Surya meant the light of the divine. It didn't mean the sun as you see it. So when you do Surya Namaskar or the sun salutation, it is not to the sun out there. It is to the self-luminous one who exists in the sun also and in the moon and in the stars. And when there is no light, the luminosity of that is still there. So Surya is a word meaning the highest supreme self. Now it's very interesting that today when we are talking about this, the day is called Ratha Saptami today. Ratha Saptami means, Ratha means a chariot. It's the seventh day of this particular month where the sun has come into the northern direction, which makes things auspicious. And when it comes into the northern directions, it's moving northeast. When it moves northeast in the old days, the crops water would be plenty. It's after the winter, so the cold goes away. Everything starts becoming alive. It's spring. And the fifth day of that spring season, the month, is called Vasanta Panchami. Vasanta means spring. Panchami is the fifth day. And that is the day they say Saraswati manifested. Saraswati means the goddess of wisdom and knowledge, which again means it's the energy of wisdom. Needn't be a person. Person is we personify it just to see. For example, I'm looking at you, but I'm not looking actually at you. You, the essence, are inside. This is only the form. It's been changing from the time you were born. Your face is different. When you become young, face is different. You become old, face is different. When we die, then the whole body shrinks. So the form is not who you are. The life force in it with all these qualities that I find so endearing is who I relate to as so and so. Right? So now you have the quality of the sun, the illumination that Rama loved. And that is why he is said to be born in the solar dynasty. They say, no, his solar dynasty. Now, the other thing is that we are coming to the Balakanda, that is the childhood of Rama. And the story goes back a long way, where there was a rishi, a sage, many, many thousands of years before the Ramayana. And this sage and his wife, Aditi, they were like true servants of God. And they have done a lot of tapas or austerities, penance. Penance is not easy, we say penance. Just imagine even to have an ordinary diet change. If I'm very fond of pizza and somebody tells me, no, for the rest of your life, you're not going to have to take it. Or you've got diabetes and the doctor says, no more sweets at all. That's when you'll start craving for it. Not easy. So Swami Shivananda says, when you are able to handle your tongue, it's the most difficult among sense organs to control. Tongue for taste and tongue also for the words you say. Because you can say something very cruel and hurting to somebody. And that itself can be a loss of chastity. When we say brahmacharya, no? We always think brahmacharya or chastity, we think it has to do with having sex with only one person or not with anybody. The Shastra says, no, no, that's not what it means. What it means is you hold on to just one particular divinity, one particular energy in your consciousness. You call it God. And don't get sidetracked by other indriyas. That is, if this is all you eat, you have to eat for what your body needs, not for the body's greed. When you eat like that, then you realize that this food that is given to me is part of my karma. My name is written on it. That is why I'm getting it in this house. For just to train people like that, they would take students and say, go big from that house, go big from that house. Why? Because you don't take it for granted that your mom or your dad will give you the food when it wants. Then you'll grow up like that, expecting no entitlement. Then if it doesn't come, you completely break up. You're so vulnerable because you think it has to come, it will come. Or I want my husband to be always loving and kind and nice, and then someday he's tough because he's worried about his work, and then I go into a flap because I say, I thought this man was so gentle and I'm entitled to be cared for and loved the way I want it to happen. You may be loved, but you want it, you give a script. You have to say this and this and this. So, what does that mean? It means there is neither acceptance nor bhakti in life. And it also means that you having seen the um, power and the sanctity of something divine. Because you say the divine is omnipresent, He's everywhere. So when you do the Ram Nam, supposing somebody is doing that as a mantra, Rama, 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 and you think that Rama is in hand, you don't do anything wrong because he has to do it. No? And then you start realizing everybody's hand is Rama's, everybody's tongue is Rama's. So if you get a nice shelling from somebody, you won't say, what a mean person. You'll say, Rama is shouting at me, I wonder why. So you'll follow that. So when you see it like that, then you realize everything belongs to the divine. And when everything, you're okay, no, with this? Some light has gone.
No,
But,
no.
it's okay,
Yes.
no? I can see everyone now. So you realize that nothing is yours. Everything is given to you on rent or on a lease or mortgage or out of kindness, but it's going to be taken off. You cannot feel entitled to anything, anybody for that matter. Even supposing I'm coming to your house for food, and that day there is a big traffic jam, and I'm not able to commence. Then I phone you, and then you say, "Okay, let's keep it for another day." That means my grain was not in your house that day. Everything is so delicately planned. You have really no control. We think we have control. So when you say I'm feeding the poor, we need to take no credit for it because that grain that you are feeding somebody and feeling so good about it doesn't belong to you at all. It belonged to him. You are just a trustee, and it goes to him. So you realize that nothing really belongs to you. Not neither your parents, nor your husband, nor your children, nor your home. Because you don't know what comes and what goes. If you read the history, and you'll see how Israel and Palestine and why are they fighting over things because it didn't belong to anybody. If they had said, okay, it belongs to him, so let's everybody would have been happy. Now nobody is happy. When you realize that nothing really belongs to me, then you know that you have to have complete faith in the power, that supreme power. When you have complete faith in that supreme power, then when you sit down for your meditation or whatever, then you tell this particular supreme power, I'm a beggar. Please give me our daily bread. We say that no in prayer.
Yeah.
Give us this day our daily bread. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Any language, we say that, we say grace in different languages, Annapurni, Sadapurni, like that. Why? You're supposed to really understand, not just as a concept, as something said by mother, really nothing belongs to us. So the Balakanda or the childhood of Rama is the rahasya or the secret of that chapter is about learning the art of begging. Because you'll see that this Kashyapa and his wife Aditi did a lot of penance, I was telling you. And finally, the divine came before them and they said, okay, you've done so much. What do you want? I can give you whatever you want. So they said, we've had such a pleasure saying your name and visualizing you in different places. So God need not look like the figure of Jesus Christ that you have made or the figure of Sri Rama that you have made somewhere. God is everything. Is that door behind you is also Rama or Jesus, whatever. It means that you are ready to accept him in any form, and he can come in any form because, in a way, he also likes to play with you. So, when you go to this itself, when you realize that nothing really belongs to me, it all belongs to him, then there is no greed, there is no sense of entitlement, there is a feeling of sharing with everybody. Then you become more happy. Then people who are similar in view will gather together. Now, like you're all gathered together, you could have been in a pub. So, not that it's wrong to be in a pub, that's another thing. We must never judge or think something is good, something is bad. It's very related. You find this thing interesting, you go there. Somebody else finds something else interesting, they go there. Everybody has a right to search in their own way. And they will be led. Everybody goes there because where else can you go? You in the ocean. So when you do this sort of thing, you learn to these two said that we have got so much joy in meditating on you. We want that sort of a permanent joy. So, want he asked. So I said, we want you, somebody like you, to be born as our son in number of births. So the supreme power, what is called Vishnu, that the sustaining force of the universe, is there isn't anyone like me. Because there's nobody like God. No? There's only one God. So because you have asked for someone like me, I myself have to come and be born in you, in your thing. But I'll come at the time that I say. That is when you're on the spiritual path, you have reached a level of high evolution. You are a selfish person, you are filled with the vibrations, the true vibrations, you're compassionate, you're everything that you need to be a saint. Now you're not interested in anything else. You say, I want to come there, I want to merge with you. You are my only beloved. I want to come there. And God will say, you will come, but not when you will it, when I will it. That is why they say, uh, give us this our daily bread. What is the daily bread? The consciousness and the prana. Consciousness is what you give as the uh, host. The, that and the wine that you take in a church is nothing but the. He says, here is my body, eat it. No, here is my blood, drink it. He's not talking of that body, blood, and flesh. He is talking of the spirit, which is consciousness. Take my consciousness, share it, I'm giving it to you. That's what he's saying. But you've got to be able to reach it, no? You can't reach it if your karma is keeping you down. So he's saying, look, this is the figure you can look at. I'm giving it to you in the grossest of terms, like a bread, consecrated bread, and I'm giving it to you as wine. Imagine that this is that. So that becomes an archetype which helps us cross. At the same time, it is that also because he's everywhere that we would take in a sacred water and drink. It's like any other water, but it is sacred because you have put sanctity into it. And using your bhakti for that, you have allowed your consciousness to be raised. So whatever it is, you have been raised.